How's it going, guys? It's the final render here. In today's video, we're going to take a little walk around our Dystopian Diamond City mod that we've been building since February now. This is a mod available for PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC, and it is very nearly complete. I'm willing to say in the next 2 or 3 weeks this will be available for you guys to actually download and start using. And I was going to do like a big edited video kind of showing off everything here, but I've noticed that people do tend to really enjoy like the slow walk around videos, so rather than doing all the fancy editing and stuff that I'm used to doing on the channel, we're just gonna raw dog it, so to speak, and just explore the entire place as if we are actually there, maybe. Okay, so in order to get up to this city, which as you can tell is a huge extension of Diamond City, this is where the rich people live, and down below is where all the poor people live. You need to go ahead and use this elevator to get up. And this elevator, for the longest time, did not work on PlayStation 4. I don't know how I fixed it, but I eventually managed to kind of accidentally get it to work on PlayStation 4. I don't know if I cheated the system or something, but whatever. Elevator now works on PlayStation 4, which is great. And a nice thing about this mod is that you don't need any external assets, including DLCs. So therefore, if you have the base game, you can download this and start using it straight away. And an important thing to note about this mod as well is that currently there is no optimization yet. Optimization will be the last thing we do before we release it. Because if you do it beforehand, if you need to make changes, you have to re-export like some data and stuff, and it takes a long time. So do your optimization last. So here we have a security area in order to get into the city. This is the only way you can get into the city. I suppose maybe you could argue you could jetpack your way over if you had a power armor suit. But this guy, we're going to make it so that you have to buy a key from him in order to get in, which costs 1,000 caps. So, you know, it's kind of like a toll gate in order to get into the city. So you can break on through here, and we've got lots of barbed wire. Very intimidating kind of look. The idea was kind of make it look almost like a prison. So you're kind of locked in luxury, you know. They're locking people in order to keep people out. It's a very bizarre way to say it, but that's that. So here is our kind of main area of the city extension. We got our shopping area and we have got our park area. And the entire kind of design around the entire city was to make something that looked a little bit Bioshock Infinite, a little bit Deus Ex, and I think we've really done that. It just feels very... It feels very clean, which is very nice, but at the same time it also feels very scrappy. I didn't want to make it like the Institute, for example, because that's too clean. And I didn't want to make it like Covenant, because that's almost pre-war in places, whereas this still feels like Fallout. All the buildings are made out of scraps of metal, and it took a very long time to make all the buildings. If you actually look at some of the buildings here, all the walls are made out of individual pieces of metal. So these buildings are all completely unique. I haven't, say, grabbed a metal shack and then just put it on top of this platform here. Everything in this entire mod is built out of individual pieces of metal, so therefore every building is unique, which I absolutely adore. And we do have some nice little things in this shopping centre. We have got a florist centre here, a little garden shop where you can buy flowers. The idea with this mod is that everybody who lives up here has more money than they need, so therefore they have money to spend on things like flowers, for example. And we do have a lot of attention on flowers and kind of floral arrangements around the entire city. Yeah, we've got some dead bodies down there. I forgot we put those there. Kind of like a nasty reminder to not try to break into the upper city. So we've got a florist shop. Very nice little addition, I think. I love the little pink flamingos looking down, you know, making sure the shopkeeper is safe. And kind of running on that same theme of having more money than you need, we have an antique shop here. Because antiques, they're a nice thing we have, and excluding the kind of obvious human value of keeping older items, there's no reason to have any of this stuff. And in the world of Fallout 4, it would be foolish to spend your caps on things like this. You want to spend your caps on, you know, Med-X. You want to spend it on bullets. You want to spend it on food. But these guys don't have to worry about that. And if we actually go around to the... Oops, sorry, put that Pip-Boy away there. If we actually go around to the back of the shopping centre, we have some stairs leading up to the top. And these stairs are very, very narrow indeed, but they do work just fine. Here we have a liquor store with Kagas Carrot operating. Hello. A lot of the NPCs, in fact most of the NPCs, are named after YouTube sponsors and also Patreon subscribers. $5 Patreon members all have NPCs named after them. So Kagis Carrot is there, for example, manning what is our liquor store. And the liquor store, I really like this place. Everything is static. We've put a huge amount of effort and time into making all the stuff in the shops and even in some of the interiors static. That way the player doesn't accidentally knock everything over and cause chaos. And the idea is that these people will all be merchants as well, like Kagis will go ahead and operate this store. I haven't actually programmed any of the merchants AI yet. I haven't done that. Get back in your shop, lady. We're also going to have a little gun shop here. I actually haven't put much effort into this place so far because it would take a long time to make all the weapons static. However, that was maybe 4 months ago. Now we've got a huge library of static items already made to go, so I can just pretty much drag and drop hundreds of decorations into this shop now, whereas previously it would take a long time to make everything. Like, I believe making that little table right there probably took like half an hour because we had to make all the items static, but now we've got thousands of items already pre-made as static, so we can go ahead and finish off that gun shop pretty easily. And another idea which I like about this mod as well is that I haven't actually properly integrated this yet, but every single area is going to have a little terminal. As you can see, this terminal doesn't actually function right now, but each little area is going to have a terminal kind of describing some of the lore of the place. You know, saying this shopping center was first built in 2068 or whatever year it is, and, you know, is financed by blah de blah, just to kind of fill the world. But there is also going to be a kind of secret to solve in this mod regarding synths, and the terminals are going to have little key notes from the railroad and stuff in there, little codes you've got to decipher in order to find out what's going on with this place. It's going to be pretty cool. Here we have the park area, and the park area is a really nice little addition, I think. The park area is just a place to kind of sit down and chill out. We've got some animal life here. We've got Ottoman Cat down here, I believe it is. Yep, a little Ottoman Cat right there. And we've got some more followers walking around. All the followers are kind of programmed to do certain things at certain times of the day. And right now they're just kind of in their kind of passive sandboxing mode where they walk around. We've got little doggoos. That's Lost Ranger, I believe. Yep, Lost Ranger right there. Nice little area here for people to sit down in the shade because we've got this really nice fancy gazebo here. Again, all of this stuff is made manually. None of the things are really kind of full buildings dragged in. Every single wall, panel, floor in section, everything was kind of dragged in one item at a time. Even like these ivy things, for example, are all part of individual items. Got like trough areas for things to drink out of. And something which we spent a very long time making is this right here. We have got a very tiny little chess set. And this chess set is robots versus monsters. As you can see, we've got little like bloatflies and little mirelurks versus, you know, iBots and giddy up buttercups and stuff. Took a very long time to make that. But it's a really cool little feature, I think, to have this cool little chess set in there. Other modders have done very similar ideas of making their own custom chess sets. And that's the one we came up with. We did robots versus monsters, which I think is pretty nice. Here we have a little kids play park area. Now, none of this really works, I believe, except the seesaw, the teeter-totter. That actually does have physics, but everything else is just kind of generic, climbable, well, it's not scaffolding, but just little play park areas, which you can run in and out of if you want to. Oh yeah, we've only got one child in the mod so far. We've got a little Fallout here, which is Sheray's daughter, who is the moderator of the Final Render Discord. If you want to go ahead and join the Final Render Discord, go ahead and say hello to Sheray in there, the moderator. Oh, and me, of course. Say hello to me as well. And we've got some more seating area around here. The idea is that the parents of the kids will have to sit down near the play park in order to keep an eye on the kids. We do have a little... we do like this idea of having the swing set facing directly the railing system. Some people said maybe put like a dead body over the top of the railings, but that might be a bit too much. That might be a bit too dark, but I do love the little humour. And obviously a lot of the ideas of this place did come from people watching this, because we've been live streaming this entire production, and I'm willing to say most of the stuff that was built on live stream. There's a couple things which I've decided to fix in my own time, especially with some of the AI and stuff. The AI isn't fully done yet, but a lot of the stuff was all done kind of in real time on live stream with feedback from you lot, the viewers. We do have our apartments here. Let's not talk about the apartments right now. I want to show you the water purification area first. Here we have a little water purification area, and this entire section is built again, you know, I had a little scraps of machines. And we do have some workmen going ahead and working on the machines to make sure it's all in working tip-top order. And if you go around to this side, you can see we have got water flowing out of the city and dropping down below. So therefore, all of the water, which is used by the upper stands, actually then gets dumped into the lower stands and then gets recycled back into pure water again. So in other words, yes, the people of the lower levels are literally drinking the bath water of the people who live in the upper stands, which isn't very nice, but hey, you know, you need to be resourceful in the world of Fallout. But what I quite like about this is that we actually have a huge running water system throughout the entire mod. We do have pipes connecting from the water purification area to various buildings. It's not fully complete. I haven't kind of completed the entire loop yet, but as you can see, we've got piping around every single building. And then they link to each other, and the idea is that once I've added a few more pipes, it will link back to the water purification station, so we get like one entire cycle of water purification, which I really, really like. And we do have our apartment blocks here, and the apartment blocks I really quite like actually. The apartment blocks, again, they're quite small, but every single wall panel, every single decoration was built out of individual sheets of metal. So you won't find a building this shape or this height anywhere else in Fallout 4. It's completely unique. And we got lots of our NPCs still kind of sitting around here. Lots of flowers to make the place look pretty. And we do have an upper garden area. It's very popular in modern cities, especially if you go to places like London, for example, to have little gardens on the roofs of some of the apartment blocks. I believe you can often get it in the States as well. Have little gardens on the top of certain tall buildings. And we did that because who actually has a garden in Fallout 4? Nobody really has a garden. They have farms and stuff where they grow crops, but nobody just has a nice garden to chill out and have fun, do they? Hello, lady. So that was a nice little addition right there. The nav meshing is slightly off there, so I do need to work on that a little bit. People struggle to get up and down these stairs, and it's very, very tight. And here, we have a nice little addition, which I actually haven't showed anyone yet. No one has seen this yet, because I did this about an hour ago. This is the buildable area, where you can go and build your own apartment in here. Oh, I need to put a little blackout on that door, don't I? But if we go in here, we have an apartment where you, the player, can build. It's a fair nice amount of space. It's probably about half the size of home plate, maybe. And the workshop is right here. You open up that little breaker, and then you can access the workshop through here. Oh, and it appears that my menus need fixing. If I can actually go ahead and fix my menus in here, we should be able to demonstrate the workshop. Settlement Menu Manager Holotape. Yeah, that's a mod you can download. So if any of your categories in your building menus are a bit broken, you can hit the Settlement Menu Rescue, wait a little bit, and then it will actually restore all of those missing tabs. Very good mod to go ahead and grab. You do need the script extender, so I believe it's PC only, but if we now actually access our workshop, yes, okay, so all of my menus are now back in. Very nice little mod that is. So yeah, we can just drag and drop furniture in here and build whatever you want, basically. Okay, there's a little glitch here to where you can glitch furniture into there and stuff. That's not great. But I did actually test it with shelves and stuff. Was it shelves? Oh, I tested it with flags. But yeah, things like shelves you can mount onto the walls just fine, so that's good at least. But yeah, maybe I'll leave it so that you can glitch furniture into the walls. That might actually make it a bit easier for people to build with. I don't know, let me know. But yeah, free little player home right here for you to go and decorate whatever you want. And just to be nice, I've also gone ahead and filled it with loads of resources. So you don't have to worry about turning on God mode or bringing in loads of resources. You've already got plenty of resources to work with in the custom little workshop right there. Sweet, right? So let's leave now. Go ahead and take another look on the exterior. Right, so here we are on the outside again. Oh, something I haven't mentioned actually is all of the watchtowers. If you actually look up, you can see there are watchtowers. And all these watchtowers have guards on them. And in this case, I'm actually going to quickly cheat. I'm going to turn on the free camera here. So all of these little watchtowers do have decorations on them. They've all got kind of little different personalities. There's like 5 or 6 different kind of templates for the watchtowers which we've got. So we've got one guy here. He's got like hot plates. He's got a sandwich box. This guy likes eating food. We've got a guy who somehow managed to get a television up here. He's got a little television rigged up to some car batteries and a radio, a little holotape rack. Really nice idea this is. It's one of the magazine racks which we made static and shrunk it down so you can fit holotapes in there. Really cool idea. I think that's a really nice little addition. Got a guy who likes radios and, oh yeah, he's got some comic books and stuff like that there. And you wouldn't actually know about this unless, you know, you're on PC and you manage to turn off the camera. But we got a couple variations of guard rooms up there. And we also do have different guards. You know, the guards have actually got more powerful weapons than the people who live on the lower levels. These guys have got assault rifles and 44 magnums and stuff. And the idea being that the guards are a little more armed to the teeth because they want to keep the poor people out. It's not about keeping these guys safe. It's about keeping the poor people out primarily. So that's why we did that. Went ahead and made the guards a little tougher. And here we have a very interesting building here. Again, this was a fan suggestion, but people wanted to see a Church of Atom in Diamond City because on the lower levels, on the main floor, there is actually a really nice church area where they say you can worship any religion you want. However, you can't really accommodate the Children of Atom there because their religion literally requires them to be around dangerous radiation. So what we decided to do is build our own Church of Atom. It's kind of designed and inspired by like one of those Japanese feudal towers from the medieval age. You know, those tall towers which have all the flags going off the side and gets pointier as you get higher. That's kind of the design philosophy for that building. But this also acts as our power station right here. So this is not only where the Children of Atom can worship, but it's also where all the power for the upper stands is generated. It might even generate the power for the lower stands as well, but I haven't actually looked into that too much really. I haven't really thought about it in that way. But yeah, so we've got some Children of Atom in here. Yes, and Can of Pringles right here is definitely probably my favourite custom NPC. Can of Pringles specifically said they wanted their NPC to be a child of Atom and look crazy. And I think we did a good job. So yeah, we've got a really nice place in here. This might be my favourite location in the mod so far actually, this Church of Atom. And the idea is that, as I said, it kind of doubles as a church and a power station. So we got people sitting around worshipping and also lots of monitoring equipment for all the power. And the idea is the entire place is built out of this huge rocket. This is actually an ICBM, a nuclear missile, which they've somehow managed to get up here. Don't ask too many questions. And they've converted it into a power generator. So we've got cables going off of it. We've got coolant everywhere. There's a very heavy mist throughout the entire place from all the coolant they need in order to stop this reactor going haywire. Because realistically speaking, I know it doesn't make sense that you can't really turn a rocket into a fission generator, but hey, you know, let's use your imagination. So lots of monitoring equipment, lots of cables, and also a really cool thing here, which we like, is we have a fusion core recharge station. It doesn't actually work, it's just there for show, but the idea is if you've got a dead fusion core, you can bring it here, and then they will recharge it for you. They'll slot it into one of these machines. Yes, thank you, buddy. And then they'll recharge your fusion core. Because if you think about it, a fusion core, it's meant to power your home for years. It's meant to power your car. It probably costs a lot of money. I'd be really annoyed if you couldn't refill your fusion core. So we went ahead and made a fusion core recharge station, which I really like. And we've got like terminals and stuff. And you can also go to the other stories on here. There's 3 stories in this building. It gets more and more confined as you get higher up because the entire structure is kind of like a tower and like a pyramid. So you do lose space as you get higher, but you can start to see all the piping, coolant and stuff coming off the rocket in order to keep the thing safe. And there's actually like a hole in the roof, which will have the rocket poking through. I still need to actually put the rocket head out the top of the roof, don't I? I haven't done that yet, but that won't take long. So there's the top of the ICBM, and I think it looks pretty good considering it's kit bashed. As I said, no external assets on this mod, so if you just have the base game, this will work. There were a lot of people saying, why don't you just use the Far Harbor stuff to make a Church of Atom? You'll have lots of cool stuff there, because all the stuff in the nucleus is really good. However, I didn't want to put restrictions on this, so if you don't own Far Harbor, then you can still download this mod, whereas if we included that other stuff, you would have to own Far Harbor. Here we go. So now that is done, we also have the bar here. Let's go and take a look inside the Diamond City bar. This is where all the NPCs are programmed to go to at a certain time of day. I believe it's 6 PM maybe 8 PM. All the NPCs travel to the bar to kind of chill out at the end of the day. And there are already some guests in here, which is pretty good. And this is our bar area. Looks really, really pretty in here. We got some glorious god rays coming through the top windows. Lots of cool decorations in here. And we do have some people sitting here already, as I've mentioned. You'll probably notice there's a theme as well with the entire build, and that is capitalism. There are adverts everywhere throughout the entire build of this city. Yes, thank you, Mr. Hundy. There are adverts literally everywhere. And we use that not only as building material, but also as just basic decoration to hide some of the generic metal, so to speak. Turn off the radio there, actually, in case I get copyrighted. We've even got some strange guests, including the mysterious upper city resident. Think of that as you will. That was actually a recommendation from one of the viewers, actually. And we've got this bar here. I really like this bar. Good old Final Render, when he was in university, working a bar for many, many years. So he knows how to make a good bar. So we've got lots of cool beer taps here. And also Nuka-Cola taps, along with drip trays in order to stop all of the leakage, so you don't actually spill everything all over the floor. And it's actually on a rail system, so you can easily slide off the buckets to empty them, should you want to, which is a nice idea. We've got some of the decanters and stuff, and some of the upside-down spirit measures. I don't remember what they're called. And again, everything's static. Everything here is static, so you can't accidentally knock things over. And when you have a lot of NPCs in here, that can happen very easily. Also, if we look over here, we have, well, again, I think this was an idea which people had. I wanted a dartboard, but there weren't any dartboards in the base game. So people said, why not make, like, a knife throw-in area? So we have a synth head in there. We have a cool little synth head in there. Looks really scary, actually, especially if you, work with the lighting a little bit. And we've got throwing knives sticking out of there. So rather than play darts, people throw knives at the synth head. I don't know how you keep a score, but it's not bad. And also, if we go over here, past the pool table, we have an upstairs area as well. If you go ahead and look at the upstairs area, we got lots of little seats up here and lots of railings. And there are animation markers up here as well, so NPCs do kind of lean and look over the rails to see what's going on down below. It feels very dynamic, really. And we've got the decorated player home over there. Let's go and check out the balcony first, actually. We've got a little balcony up here which you can go and explore at the end of the day. See the entire city from the upper levels. Oh yeah, I love this little area. It looks really, really nice up here. And we've got Chelsea Taylor right there as well. Hello. So yeah, cool little seating area up here. I don't know about you, but whenever I'm in a bar and stuff, I love being on balconies. I think that's a really cool little addition to a bar and stuff, having a cool balcony on the second or third story. And it looks pretty good seeing all the NPCs walking around and stuff. When they actually do start to head towards a bar and there's lots of people walking around, it looks very, very cool. Right now, they're all just kind of sandboxing around the front right now. Their AI is programmed so that they can go wherever they want, basically, on the upper stand. So it's up to them where they go, really, which is believable. Okay, so let's go back onto the interior here so we can show you the player home, the decorated player home. So you've got two choices of player homes. You have got one which you can build yourself, which a lot of people were asking for, and also one which you can just use that's pre-decorated, the Deluxe Penthouse Suite. We don't know if we're going to have it so that you got to pay for these. I don't want it so you have to pay for them. I think it would be cool if you could just take whichever room you wanted or swap back and forth. I think that would be cool. But let's jump in here. Take a good look around the entire mod. So here we go. This is the decorated player home in here. Looks really nice in here. And we got some really cool little additions in here. We've got another terminal here which will have some information and some lore. We've got a living room area here with a couch you can sit on. And a really cool entertainment center. These entertainment centers were kind of all the rage back in the, probably from the 80s all the way up to the early 2000s. The idea of having all of your televisions, your DVDs, your books, your stereos, all in one kind of contained unit. But then when televisions became small enough to mount onto the walls, people kind of stopped doing it because it didn't really make much sense anymore. So really like that idea to kind of bring that idea back. And also we got lots of cool decorations that we've seen before up here. Really nice for that. It took a very long time. It took like 2 hours to build this entertainment center, an entire stream. Little first aid pack there. We really needed to maximize space in here because it's a very, very small interior. All the interiors are the correct size they're meant to be. So it's not like some mods where the interior is bigger than it should be when you look at the exterior. all the interiors are the sizes that they are actually allowed to be with the laws of physics. So, in order to maximize on this space, we had our shower and toilet area underneath the stairs, like Harry Potter in a way. So we've got a toilet here, which you can actually sit on, actually. There's actually no toilets in the base game, which you can sit on, but we've got this one here, which you can sit on. Little shower there. And again, the idea of maximizing space, we have our Chem Station made out of the sink. Because I wanted to have a Chem Station in here, but the Chem Stations are actually really big in the base game. And I had no way to squeeze it into the apartment, so we turned it into a sink, which is a really nice thing. Again, no external assets right there, so it works on PlayStation stuff. We've got our kitchen here. I really like the look of the kitchen. I wasn't sure if I was going to kit bash the kitchen and just make it out of scrap, but having this overall look of the kitchen with stuff we've already seen, I think works really well. We've got a fridge here. Oh, hello there, monkey. Yeah, it's okay. So we've got a refrigerator here, fully stacked. And you can go and use this as a refrigerator. I believe you've got to look dead center, haven't you? Yeah, so you can store your food in there should you want to. But if not, it's just a cool little decoration. Seeing all the food in there. Lots of little cool decorations here, like plates to go ahead and look at, books, knives and forks, plants, little herb garden, kind of like Jamie Oliver up here. A sink which you can drink from. Lots of little decorations. Again, everything was kind of made static by hand. So every spoon, every mug, we had to turn static so it doesn't break or go missing. And it took a very long time to do all that stuff. We've got a cooking stove here. You can use this as an actual cooking area. And this type of stove in the base game, you can't actually use as a cooking stove, so we made it so you can. You know, what do you do if you want something that isn't in the base game? You mod it in. And so that's a working cooking stove right there. Same for these areas here. We have got... I need that monkey to friggin... Shut up. Thank you. So we've got a weapons workbench here. Again, you can go ahead and customize all your weapons exactly the same as a regular weapons workbench right there. Made out of one of those... It's a diagnostics cart, it's called. So really nice little addition, that is. Here we also have our armor workbench right here. So you can go and customize your armors, give you different interiors of your pockets and stuff. Interiors of your pockets. Yes, that's exactly what that means, final render. Anyways, we've got that there. And also, I believe this is a storage bay. Is it a storage bay or did I remove that? Oh no, this is a storage bay. You've got to look directly at the right spot. But you can go and store your weapons on this weapon rack. It's not like the ones in the DLC where your weapon will actually appear. Because that needs external assets or it needs the DLC. So it's just for show, but we basically recreated stuff that we wanted from the DLC and put it into the base game. Like, I wanted some of those picture frames that you can have with the little lamp on top, but obviously they're from the DLC, so we just made our own. We got a chalkboard, put a poster on it, and put a lamp on it. You know, we just completely cheated, but we made it so that you can actually have one of those decorations in there. And I love the godres and the curtains and stuff. Looks really, really nice. Here we have a little bedroom area up here. Very tight amount of space here. But we've got like a Vault 101 suit, which you can actually use. That was in the base game, actually. That's not an external asset, so you can wear that. And it does say 101, which is pretty sweet. We've got a bed area up here. We've got a mirror there. It's a bit smashed, but hey, it's a mirror. And I believe you can sit on that stool. Indeed, you can. Cool little decorations like some comics and stuff like that on the bed. Some fresh new clean pillows, a clock, another radio. God darn it, turn that off. And that is the player bedroom up there. We wanted to put a rail up there so you can't fall off. But the space up here is so tight. It's really tight up here. And if you have a rail in here, the player literally can't walk up here. So it is very, very confined up here. And also we have another balcony up here. This balcony again is a little bit taller than the one that we were just at. This is actually the tallest area the player can normally access. And I need to put some more decorations up here actually. We don't have any decorations up here, which is a bit of a shame. But it's what it is what it is. So if we just go ahead and let this load. It takes a long time to load right now with no optimization, but is what it is. You know, it's a big mod. What can I say? Diamond City takes a long time to load anyway. Oh, it looks very pretty up here. Very pretty indeed. It looks really good at night, the entire place, especially from the lower stands when you actually go to the ground level rather than up here. So another little balcony up here. Again, we'll probably put like some patio furniture or something like that up here. Why have I got 500 signed baseballs? I don't know. Mods, what can I say? So yeah, there's the people down in the bar, which is pretty sweet. And I think you can. Can you get up there? Let's find out. Can you get to the bar from here? Whoop. Yes, you can. Okay, that makes it a bit easier. You can go ahead and make the jump down to there. And that's pretty darn sweet indeed. Okay. So that's kind of all the key areas. There is an extra area of the city which no one has actually seen yet, but you're not going to see it. In fact, I'm not going to show you. That is actually part of the hidden mystery. And not only am I still working on it, but I'm not going to tell you guys how to access this secret area. But there will be a secret area here. And something which isn't done yet, which I've kind of been struggling with a little bit, is some of the AI. I've got kind of half of the AI to work, but then there's one thing which I haven't got it to do yet. So, as I've already mentioned, these people don't just walk around and do whatever they want. They actually do things at certain times of the day. So, I believe at 8 PM, if we set the game time, set game hour to, it is 19.99. That'll make the time 7:59. And go ahead and turn off the console command. In theory, as long as it actually did change for time, everybody will start to head towards the bar. As you can see, everybody is now leaving these areas that they were in. And then they will head towards the bar to go socialize at the end of the day. And the overall problems I've got is that once people enter the bar, I haven't got them to quite leave yet. I want people to either go to the bar or go home. Right now, I haven't been able to make them go to the bar and then go home. You know what I mean? But anyways, I'll kind of demonstrate what I want to do here. So most of the people are heading to the bar, except this one person here, Kagus Carrot, who should actually go to the apartment blocks, which is where obviously everybody goes to sleep. So yeah, let's follow Kagus Carrot a little bit here. So it should actually go to that door in there. Yes, as you can see, it is properly working. She's not going to glitch out and go into a weird way. She is heading into that door right there, which is fantastic. And then she comes out of that door at 7 in the morning and then walks back to her shop, which is what we wanted to do. And here we have all the NPCs heading into the bar. Okay. And obviously these NPCs do talk, they do interact with you. They're all very rude though, unfortunately. They're all very rude. But hey, it is what it is. Everyone's like, I don't like you, go away. But sometimes they say, hey, we had a little fundraiser and we gave you some caps. You know, they're very weird, the AIs in Diamond City. Sometimes they like you, sometimes they hate you. I don't know. But yeah, so this is where I'm starting to struggle with the AI a little bit. If we actually kind of back off here a little bit. As you can see, well, the fog has gone a bit weird. Okay, that's a bit wrong. That wasn't like that before, but okay, is what it is. That might just be because of the weather. I'll have to look into that, won't I? Okay, yeah, I can't remove the weather, so that must have been when I was messing with the cells earlier. But no, don't worry, I know how to fix that. But look at all this space over here. There's so much space, and they're all just kind of hanging around over there. If anyone knows how to program the AI a bit better, right now they just have an AI package telling them to come to this cell. If anyone knows how to kind of make them spread out a little bit, it will make it a bit easier. But besides that, you know, they do come in here at the right time. They do go upstairs. They do sit down. They do mostly work. But as I said, for some reason, they all just kind of hang around in that one little area mostly. And it gets a bit annoying, if I'm completely honest. Especially if you, the player, wants to go upstairs. And the other thing, which I'm kind of struggling with, is that I can't get them to leave here now. Which is very, very annoying. Again, you know, I'm kind of asking if anyone knows this a bit better. I've programmed it so they should leave the bar at 2 AM in the morning. But for some reason, nobody does it really. They just all kind of stay here. Again, I've just got another AI package saying travel back to the apartment. And I don't know why it's not working. So we saw it earlier that you can make people just go into the apartments because we saw Kagus Carrot doing it. But for some reason, once they're in the bar, they don't really want to leave. It's not nav meshing or anything like that. It's something to do with the AI. So if anyone has any ideas on how to kind of fix that, then let me know. Alrighty, so this was actually, it was meant to be a very quick walk around. I was planning to make this video only like 10 minutes or so, but now like almost 40 minutes later, we are still going with the video. And, you know, this has been a huge project that we've been doing. This project has gone on since February, and it is now mid-August. So we've been doing this project for, you know, about 6 months now. and it's an absolutely huge mod, and I absolutely adore it. And I am planning to release this mod on all systems, Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC, before my birthday on September 21st. I'm planning to have it released before then. And I think I can do that really, because right now I just need to fix up some of the little differences with the AIs. And also just kind of fix any tiny little glitches. As you saw, you know, there was some fog in the bar. I need to do that. And once that's done, we just need to optimize the thing, you know, to make it run at a bit of a better frame rate. But then we can release the mod. And I also love all the lighting effects that we have got on the giant billboards at night. Looks absolutely glorious, it does. It feels a little bit like Las Vegas or something, doesn't it? Okay, maybe less Las Vegas and more Blackpool. But hey, we've got all the cool decorations there, because at night it just feels awesome looking at this place from the lower stands. If I go back here, yeah, that looks absolutely ace from down below at night time. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this, guys. This has been kind of a very casual walk around of the Diamond City mod. It's taken a long time to go ahead and show you everything, because there actually is quite a lot of stuff that we've been working on. And as I said, you know, we have been live streaming this entire build since February. And we couldn't have done it without the help of the Patreon subscribers, which you can see scrolling at the bottom of the screen now. And also all of the YouTube sponsors. So guys, if you're looking forward to this mod, please go ahead and consider sponsoring the Patreon, or going ahead and becoming a YouTube member. Go ahead and join the channel as a YouTube member or sponsor. Or even better yet, just subscribe if you're really interested in seeing some more of this mod. As I said, I plan to release it before my birthday on the 21st. And it's going to be absolutely ace when it's done. So thank you very much for sticking around for this entire video. And I'll see you around. This has been the final render, and you've been the audience. Until next time, farewell.